toy spot, we're going to be having a look at the Comic-Con exclusive Justice League, or in this case they've called it DC Superheroes, but the Justice League Solomon Grundy. As you can see, there's two different Solomon Grundys here. At the time of the convention, let's grab the box here for you guys. At the time of the convention, the Solomon Grundy came in a brick cardboard box. The idea when you bought the Solomon Grundy is that you weren't sure which version you got, which was sad because I had to buy both of these from eBay, and yeah, so we'll move the box out of the way. Again, there's two different variations to the figure. There is the more common, more probably what you would think of for Solomon Grundy. There's the regular attire, and you can see he's got his pupils and everything else. Nice detailing on the figure. You can see the hands and everything else there. They have a little pull tab at the bottom here that you can pull. And no, I don't have gas. That was actually the packaging. It's supposed to rattle when you pull this little tab here. But yeah, we got Justice League Unlimited here and San Diego Comic-Con. I think this was a 2005 exclusive. I'm just trying to check here. No, 2006. It was a 2006 exclusive. On the back we've got Solomon Grundy and Hawkgirl. Hee-yah! Born on a Monday. Alright. And so there you have the initial Solomon Grundy. This is probably the one most people prefer. The rarer of the two, and I'll move this one out of the way here. The rarer of the two was this guy right here. And this is the Solomon Grundy with the slime. There's slime all over his body. You notice his pupils as well. He doesn't have pupils, he's just got the yellow eyes there. But covered in slime. And one other thing as well is the fact that the initial Solomon Grundy had plastic jacket and then plastic arms and everything else. The variant that had the slime, this is actually cloth, which I almost prefer the plastic. I think the plastic is a better idea. But this was the harder to find of the two. And the only reason why I got the both, as you know, if you've watched my reviews, I'm not really into repaints all that much unless the figure is justified. The reason why I wanted to get this figure as well is I wanted to get an original Solomon Grundy, but I also wanted a Solomon Grundy. If you've seen the episode of Justice League, and I'm trying to remember what it was, Wake the Dead. I think it was Wake the Dead, where these kids do a summons and they bring Solomon Grundy back from the dead. Unfortunately though, when they bring him back, he's more of a mindless zombie. He doesn't talk, and he's super powerful. And not even a Mazo could take this guy down. I think at the end Hawkgirl ended up taking him out, but yeah, so that's why I wanted to get this one too, just because it was kind of more similar to Wake the Dead Grundy that didn't have the eyes, but definitely wanted to get both ones. I would say if you are a Grundy fan and you want to get at least one, you want to get this guy right here, just because this is the more true-to-life Solomon Grundy. Now that I've gone through the packaging though, I'll open this guy up. I won't open both just because it's the exact same figure, but I'll open the Grundy up here, and we'll get a closer look at the figure, so stay tuned. And so here we have Solomon Grundy out of his package. I'll give you a closer look at the figure so you can see actually more of the detail. You guys can see that there. They did a good job on the sculpt on the face. The face looks a lot like the Solomon Grundy from the cartoon. He is very wide as well. His articulation is that he has articulation in the head. A little stiff there. I had to loosen up. He has articulation in the arms and also in the legs. You're not going to, whoops, a little bit of hair there. You're not going to get a lot from these guys, being that they're Justice League. Justice League, if you're lucky, you get 5 points of articulation, if I'm not mistaken, on the basic figures, and then you get what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of articulation on the Superman, the Batman, Aquaman, those guys. But he has a nice rubber cape, or not rubber cape, rubber jacket here. And then underneath you can see his tattered shirt. Nice gray there. As I pointed out, though, I definitely prefer the rubber over the cloth. I don't think cloth works too well sometimes on figures. Capes sometimes are the exception, but when you start throwing on cloth things on a figure, I don't know, I'm not a big fan. But good detailing on the figure. Just to give you guys a scale comparison, I'll put Grundy down there, and I'll bring in Superman, because he was one of Superman's villains. There we go. And you get a good size comparison there. I mean, Grundy is quite a bit larger than Superman. He's, what, an extra head or two taller. And size-wise, I mean, you know, he's quite a bit wider as well. Unfortunately, Grundy wasn't released anywhere else other than the exclusive, the Comic-Con exclusive. So if you do want a Grundy, and I'll move Superman back out of the way here. If you do want a Solomon Grundy, especially if you've got the other members of the Injustice League, like Joker and Lex Luthor and all those guys. If you do want a Solomon Grundy, this unfortunately is the only way you can go right now. For some strange reason, they haven't released Grundy in any other set. Now, they've released Doomsday twice. They've released Gorilla Grodd twice, although it was just a updated paint scheme. But it's surprising that they never released Grundy once again, because I think he was a good seller. Granted, the Justice League figures I don't think are as selling as well as they used to. I think people have kind of forgotten about the series and forgotten about the toy line. But for those interested in a Solomon Grundy, this is the way you're going to have to get him, is through this Comic-Con exclusive. But hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a toy spot on the Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Solomon Grundy. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.